Okay, so once we've been successful capturing the stuff, I love that phrase, by the way, because it really, if you look at my desk, I mean, it is stuff. Once we've captured it all, now how do we go about clarifying it?
Well, this is where you need to bring your brain to work, and you actually need to think, what exactly is that thing? What does it mean to me? And define it, the meaning of it. You know, there's some emails you need to trash, some emails you need to move on, some emails you need to maybe later think about, and so forth. So they're determining what things mean there. Oftentimes what people do is they make a list, and what you see on most to-do lists are things like mom, bank, doctor, dog. And they're good. They capture something that's got their attention. Well, mom, well, they probably had one. Well, why did they write it down? Oh, her birthday's coming. Well, what are you going to do about it? I don't know. And oftentimes what people don't want to look at is these lists of things that they have, because it reminds them that there's thinking and decisions about it they haven't made yet. So what is that decision-making process? It's actually pretty simple. First question you need to ask is, what exactly is this thing? You know, oftentimes people look at it and go, well, it's not an urgent crisis, huh? They put it in a huh stack. They open an email, huh, close it back up again. You know, you need to decide, wait a minute, what is this? Are they asking me to do something? Is this just whatever? So what is it? And the first distinction is it something to move on or not? Is it an actionable item? There are two optional answers, yes and no. Right? Maybe is a no. We get a lot of stuff that there is no action required. And you know, there's three types of non-actionable things, right? First of all, there's trash. Now that I've seen it, I don't need it or didn't need it to begin with. So delete, shred, recycle, you know, whatever. That's one option. Another option is, you know, it's something that I just need to keep. It's some reference material. I have no action about it, but it's CYA stuff, or I want to keep, you know, that. So I just need to park it in case I need that information later on. That's reference material. And the third non-actionable thing would be something you go, you know, there's no action on that now, but there might be later. That's what we call incubate, where I need to now park that someplace that then I will then reassess it in some, you know, self-appointed time that I need to rethink it. So it's either trash, it's reference material, or it's an incubate. If there's no action on it, you need to decide which one is that. If there is action on it, yes, there is something I need to do on this. First critical question is, what's the very next action that you need to take? Okay, what's the very next physical, visible activity? If you had nothing else to do but complete whatever this thing is, where would you go and what would you do? Is that an email you need to respond to, something you need to talk to somebody about? Is that something you need to buy at the store? So deciding the very next action, and then almost simultaneously, if one action won't complete whatever this thing is and whatever it means to you, then you need to identify what's the project, what's the outcome here. That's the more than one step thing that I need to keep a stake in the ground about to keep reminding me that there's an open loop until that's finished, i.e. projects. So it's actually a pretty simple algorithm. What is it? Is it actionable? If it's not, you toss it, tickle it, or file it. If it is actionable, what's the very next action on this? And if one action won't complete this, what's the final outcome? So that's the thinking. There's no tool for that except your brain. You know, no piece of software is going to have you decide what's the next action on your mom's birthday. No piece of software is going to tell you what are you committed to do about a credit line extension on your bank. You know, you have to actually make that up, and you actually have to place some cognitive horsepower on these things. You have to think. That doesn't show up. You know, you don't open an email and automatically the next action is evident to you and automatically the outcome is evident to you. You actually have to put some conscious attention on this. And most people make those decisions when the pressure on it forces them to, as opposed to when it first lands on their plate. And that's a huge paradigm shift for people to start defining what their work is as it shows up, not when it blows up. Big, big difference.